The list just keeps getting longer. Yes, the list just keeps getting longer and longer. So we have a shopping list of items in the queue. You know, like when you run low on supply and you need to restock? Well, when that happens, my wife sends me off to the grocery store. So when I'm about to head out, she always has something else to add to the list. When I'm putting on my shoes, she also might have something else to add. Just before I'm out the door, she stops me. I'm finally done shopping, and when I get home, she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you to get this." Perfect attendance, but always tardy. I always like to be on time. I like to say if you're early, you're on time, but if you're on time, you're already late. My wife has no perception of time. When we're supposed to meet with friends or family, we're always running late for some reason. So because of this, I plan to leave on the dot so we can beat the traffic. But we always somehow leave about a dot and an hour later, and we end up getting stuck in traffic anyways, causing even more delay. I mean, we'll definitely make it to the destination, but she always finds a way to be late. Sometimes she'll even brag like, "See, we made it just in time." But don't you see how stressed I'm getting? Sales and discounts on a compulsive buyer. Just because there's a sale on an item, either it be food or clothes, doesn't mean there won't be another sale in the future, right? It's not the end of the world yet. Are we preparing for an apocalypse? Honey, do you really need a new pair of shoes to match that new dress? Isn't there like 10 other dresses that you still haven't worn? The accumulation won't stop. She's finally found a way to flush out my entire existence. Speaking of accumulation, letting the clutter build to overwhelming proportions. My wife has a tendency to put things down, whatever she happens to be holding, on any open, horizontal surface that's convenient. Piles of stuff are bound to just start spawning and growing in random areas of the house. And it's driving me nuts! Which brings me to reason number 5. Accountants don't need to wash dishes. My wife seems opposed to washing dishes, and even refuses to use the dishwasher. It's quite possible that she's just lazy. I wash dishes the majority of the time, but sometimes I'd like her to take over. I don't like asking because she'll start getting a twitch in her eye and end up putting it off until later. So I decided to be a little passive-aggressive and not wash the dishes to see what would happen. So the dishes began to stack up to its limit. Weekends are usually the worst. She was completely unaffected. But for me, it's not that accountants don't need to wash dishes, it's just that they don't know how. There's definitely some kind of resistance between her hands and glassware, because I think she's broken more dishes than the time she's attempted to wash dishes. But even when I try to recreate the moment, no broken dishes, I still don't break the dishes. I tell her, the more dishes you wash, the better you'll get. Practice makes perfect. If that means more dishes have to break. In the end, I still love her, even though she might not think that right now, after watching this. But I think I can be annoyed sometimes, right? If you haven't seen my earlier video on 5 ways how I annoy my wife, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. Let me know what things annoy you, or how they annoy you. Who annoys you? It could be a relationship with family, like a brother or sister, a best friend, or your honey. Are you single? Let me know either way in the comments below. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay updated for more. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeehaw, baby! Are we preparing for an apocalypse? Are we preparing for an Are we preparing for an apocalypse? Are we preparing for an apocalypse? Are we preparing for an apocalypse?